some more post-hardcore art punk alt rock. That was at the drive-in with Arc Arsenal. A lot of energy there. Then you heard an extremely technical, fast-paced art rock track, Inertiatic, ESP, the Mars Volta. How do you say that track, no?
Oh, man, you said it better than I could. I don't hand.
Inertiatic. Oh, it's so embarrassing. So, mate, you know, playing more footy, more gigs, and then we spoke about, you know, meeting your partner.
Yeah.
Tell us about that story.
Yeah, so, I sort of finished my footy career and I was single at the time, and then I met my wife and started to go to a few shows with her. So you had to find something that you both liked.
In the middle ground, maybe not as much hardcore music.
Yeah, so we ended up going on a trip to Europe, probably second year into our relationship, and a gig that stands out, you know, when you're overseas and there's a gig on that you like, and we both liked the Kooks at the time. From the UK. I think they're from Bristol in the UK. And we were in Amsterdam and there was a show on there at the Heineken Music Hall, and we said, let's go out to this show. And it was just one of them nights, you know, that you always remember. Went to the little pub on the, you know, one of the little canals there in Amsterdam, a few drinks before the show, then jumped on the train out to the show. And it was just an awesome gig. It was a great venue as well. And it was just a show that I always remember. Probably reckon that was the first big show I went to with my wife. We've since got married, and it always reminds me of her, meeting her.
And that's when you knew you were done out in Amsterdam, totally in love at the Kooks.
I don't know if I thought I was going to get married at that point, but it just takes you back to the early days of the relationship. So whenever I hear the Kooks, I think about that, yeah.
And what are some of your favourite places that you've travelled to? Because I was about to interject and go, man, how good is Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Amsterdam truly rocked my world when I went there.
Yeah.
People riding their bikes everywhere, so healthy.
Yeah.
The culture's so open-minded.
Yeah.
There was just like so many different things. And I know why you were laughing, Matt. But there's so many different things
there,
that I didn't
not for air.
expect that taught me things culturally.
Yeah.
And I feel like going and traveling places and especially throwing live gigs and different experiences, it teaches you so much, and you're quite a well-travelled man.
Yeah, probably through Europe, I think. I mean, there's probably the place that really hit me between the eyes a bit was Berlin the first time I went there, and just, you know, going out to some of the clubs at night, and literally anything goes in some of these places, and you've got all different types of people. I remember going to this one club there, I think it was called Berghain, and we'd been told to go there, and it was this really industrial old building, and it felt like something out of the old Eastern Bloc, you know. And we rocked up there, but we were told it was notoriously hard to get into, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why you get in.
So the security guard, I think it was Sven.
You've heard of this guy?
No, it is like law, this club.
Yeah.
So he is at the front and would just be like yes or no, and that's it. And there's all these tricks to get in, be like wearing all black, not too many big groups, but no matter if you do that, he just decides yes or no.
I think he feels your vibe, and he either lets you in or he doesn't. So we'd heard about this, and, you know, we sort of G'd ourselves up all day. It was with my wife, and, you know, we dressed how we dress, and anyway, we get there and we're in line, and it was all sorts of people, you know, all different types. There was no sort of one size fits all there. It was just everything. And there were people from all over the world, because it was clearly it was a place that everyone had heard about. And you're right, this dude up the front, he had a real look about him. And it was like, you know, groups of girls that you would think would, you know, normally get into a club.
Yeah.
Nah, see you later. Then two blokes would get in, you know, and then, you know, a couple would get in, then a big group of girls would get in, and then another group, and you're like, what's happening here? So the closer you got to the front, the more nervous you got. Anyway, we got in, and it was a big relief.
Do you remember looking at him?
Yeah, and you're trying to act cool, you know, you're trying to not look like you're shitting yourself to get knocked back. But yeah, we got in, and then, you know, there's so many different rooms and different music and everything going on in there, and it was just the biggest eye-opener.
How do you go with electronic dance music?
Mate, I can sit there and get it, stand in the room and really, you know, immerse yourself into it. So, yeah, it's not something I'd put on in the car, but if you're out at a club and and it's pumping,
And you're giving it hell. It's good to
and
get stuck in.
clearly you get into the vibe of it all.
Yeah.
I've actually seen the Berghain lime myself.
Yeah.
Did you attempt it?
Yeah, me and my buddies when we
Is
were
it still a thing?
it's still a thing, yeah. And when we were in Berlin, went to a number of crazy clubs.
Like
one-
Panorama Bars, one of the other large ones.
Yeah.
Man, we went to Trezor. This joint was like an
That
abandoned
one that goes like
power
all
plant.
weekend and doesn't shut.
That's Berghain.
Sisyphus.
There was another one.
There's one called Sisyphus, I remember.
It's like a compound sort of thing down near the river. I can't remember what it was called. It was crazy though.
But me and the boys had heard the whispers. Oh yeah, no, you got to wear all black and you got to do all this different stuff. And effectively, you just got to try and be cool and emit good, cool vibes. So the swagger hound at the door would either let you in or not.
Him, didn't he? Yeah.
And mate, so we rolled up like black, everything in our like Perth, Western Australia expression of that. Eyeliner, dog like leather collar, like right, we're gonna go all in and go and get into Berghain. And I remember the line. We rolled around this corner, and the line was like, I'm honestly talking 450 meters long, and 6 people thick. And the first person I saw was like there was complete top to toe fishnets, like naked with a million piercings, and the person immediately behind him was in a leather suit with a dog lead that led onto a little Caucasian man in aviators and like a suit being a dog. It was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely nowhere near getting into this club. We're going to turn around, and off we went and did something else.
But they would let average Joe in. Like I would have looked like average Joe there, So yeah, it was an experience.
Oh man,
Yeah.
well,
I'm gonna take us to some memories of yours in Amsterdam to Brighton natives, the Cooks. Have you got a particular track by the Cooks that you love?
I think Naive I put in the list, yeah.
Beautiful, man. We'll listen to Naive, and then I'll see if we can get any techno out of Tom to really launch into that Berghain vibe.